After following a young girl to her Enfield home on Thursday, officers responded to Gatewood Drive for reports of a man approaching a young girl who was walking her dog. The suspect, Ariel Centrone of Springfield, then tried to befriend the girl, asking to shake her hand and then leaning in to kiss her hand. When the girl walked away, Centrone followed her home. An off-duty police officer confronted Centrone, who then attempted to flee the scene before being caught and arrested. Ariel Centrone is now being charged with stalking and possession of a firearm.